guys, how you doing? This is Jason coming back at you again with another quick review of our lesson that we worked on this week in the Drum Shack. We talked about the single flammed mill. Now the single flammed mill, if you remember correctly, is like a paradiddle that has been inverted or turned around so that the double stroke occurs at the beginning rather than at the end of a 16th note section. And then we're going to add a flam at the beginning. Right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left. So that is your reversal of the paradiddle. And now let's add the flam to the beginning. When we add the flam to the beginning, you'll notice that it sounds very much like the flam tap that we worked on. We're going to do right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left. Right-handed flam followed by a right, left, right, and then left-handed flam followed by a left, right, left. So putting it all together, it sounds like this. 1, 2, ready, and go. And right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left. So that is our single flammed mill. I encourage you to try that and take the tempo a little bit slower than what we've done in the past. The slower that you practice this and you get the sticking down properly, the easier it will be to build up your speed as you progress. Let's talk about using our flams and even our flam taps in a drum beat fill. So let's do that right now. I'm going to switch gears and switch sticks. So we're going to use just a standard 8th note rock beat. And we're going to use the flams as our fills on the quarter notes. So it will just be 1, bass note is on the and, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Now this rock beat fill is used in a lot of different occasions, and it's used to really accentuate what's happening with the rest of the musicians in the band. So it sounds something like this. So 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, you're using those 4 flams on each of those 4 notes in the last measure of your beat, and then you go right back into your rock beat without losing time. It sounds something like this. Measure 2, measure 3, and the fill. Measure 2. Measure 3, and the fill. So we're using the flam on the quarter notes. The and of every one of those quarter notes is going to be played on the bass drum. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now I'm using a right-handed flam as I do that, but you should also practice with your left hand. Measure 3, left-handed flam. 2, measure 3, left-handed flam. You should practice with both hands to help develop coordination and to develop that skill in both hands. The last portion of our lesson was to review different rhythms and to play different rhythms using our 3/4 time. Now we're counting 3/4. When we do so, we have 3 quarter notes per measure. You might have 16th notes, you might have some 8th notes, and you might have a combination of 8th notes and 16th notes. But you'll usually have 3 phrases or 3 sections that will make up the 3 quarter note beats within a measure. So to count this one, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. And some of the beats that we worked on, they integrate 16th notes, watermelon, as we've been talking about them, They also integrate waterman, 2 16th notes, the one portion of the 16th note being left out, and then you have your last portion of the 16th note. And then the last one is wa melon. So wa is the first, the second note is left out, melon makes up the last section. So you can practice playing those and counting those like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 E and a 1 E and. I just played the first line on your 3/4 time, which I will be sending to you in a handout, or in a picture rather. So watermelon, wa, watermelon, waterman, wa, melon, watermelon, waterman, wa, melon. I'm going to keep time on my left foot so we can count 1, 2, 3, and you can see how it all fits together. 1, 2, and ready, and go. And watermelon, waterman, wa, melon, watermelon, waterman, wa, melon, watermelon, waterman, wa, melon, watermelon, watermelon, wa, melon. We can try one more, and that one is also in 3/4, 3 separate beats. We're going to have watermelon, wa, melon, waterman, watermelon, wa, melon, waterman. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and ready and go. And watermelon, wa, melon, waterman, watermelon, wa, melon, waterman, watermelon, wa, melon, waterman, watermelon, wa, melon, waterman. So again, 3/4 times, so we have to emphasize 3 beats per measure, and we have 3 separate chunks that we're piecing together. So at this point, we'll go ahead and sign off for now. I want you to practice those single flammed mills. You can continue to practice your flam and your flam tap rudiments, and as I mentioned before, your single flammed mill is your paradiddle, your flam, and your flam tap kind of melded together, knowing that we're taking the paradiddle and we're turning around the doubles. So the 2 beats are going to happen at the beginning of each 16th note paradiddle versus at the end. So happy practicing. I want you to try and get at least 15, maybe 20 minutes of practice time in each day. And by doing that, you'll be up and running and flying on these drums in no time. So I'm signing off for now, but I'll see you next time.